And as I can hear him, he's up. I'm about to go and breastfeed with like light period pain cramps. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. I've been off YouTube for like almost a year now, and yeah, I've just been quite busy with life happens and everything. But some of y'all might know, some of y'all might not know. But I had a baby and life has changed. Yes, everybody. So today I'm just gonna give a life update about what has been going on in my life, and as far as why I am not as active as before. But I'm just gonna answer a few questions that some people might have in their head about labor and delivery, as far as the experience for me and everything as a first time mom. As you all know, that we've been going through a pandemic and life has been so different. There's been a new normal and everything is just a little crazy for us, but we're getting used to it. So it hasn't been easy to be pregnant throughout the pandemic. A lot of laws and rules and regulations that were totally different that moms before the pandemic had to experience, which was different from us. So that has been the biggest change so far. But the first question that I'm gonna answer is, I just had to note everything down so that I would not be all over the place with the information. What was most surprising about labor and delivery? What was most surprising to me, I would say, well, when labor comes and everything, when the process starts, I thought there was gonna be like a way you can tell, because some people were like, oh, I go through a lot of pains, or I went through a lot of pains. It felt like a car is hitting me and everything. But I thought the same way, like how I see in Nigerian movies, a woman would just like be sitting down and then she starts screaming, oh, my tummy, oh. But then it wasn't like that for me. I was just laying down one evening, and then in the morning I woke up with like light period pain cramps, and then from there it was like it got closer as contractions were getting more and more closer. It was more and more painful. So it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, which was kind of surprising to me on a good side. Okay, second question will be, what will be the worst thing about the whole process? Well, I wouldn't say the worst, but the unpleasant thing about the whole thing was that as the contractions get closer and closer and closer, you get more uncomfortable, and then everything just changes. You can't talk. You feel like your tummy and your pelvic area is ripping apart. So that was the worst part for me. And the fact that also you can't eat when you're in the hospital. Those are the rules that they put, where you cannot eat solids, but you can drink and you can eat some Jello, which barely did anything. But they put you on IV, which kind of help you hydrated and gives you that little strength to be able to endure the whole labor and delivery. So that was the downside of the whole thing. The next question will be, what would be the best thing about the labor and delivery? The best thing for me was, of course, after you've been through all of that, you get to see your baby for the first time. You hear them cry, and then you're like, oh, that's the baby that was in me for 9 months. The baby finally out and everything. So that excitement of a first time seeing your baby and touching them, seeing them, and like, oh, this is my little heart in human form, So that's the best part. That for me, it was just, I cannot explain that feeling. It's the best feeling in the world, like seeing your little blessing. Being able to get out of the labor and delivery room safe and sound is the biggest blessing that most people undermine. Because I remember when I was 7 or 8 months pregnant, I heard a lot of news about mothers going to the hospital to have their babies and coming back with either with no baby or with no mother, or both mother and child never making it back home. So to me, that was the biggest blessing, and I was just praying that all goes well, and by God's grace, everything went well. Yeah. The next question will be, what did I learn from the whole experience? Well, from the whole experience, what I learned was that you might come in with your own plans, but God has the final say. As for me, I had like a whole birth plan and everything, planned over there for me to like, for the nurses to follow, and different things like whether you want a delayed a cord clamping, whether you want but there's a lot of things that you can put on a birth plan to let the doctor or the nurse to know what you want and what you don't want to be done to you or when the baby arrives. So I had all of that planned out, but by God, only God has a final say. Everything went according to how God wanted it to be, but I'm grateful and happy that my baby is here safe and sound, and as I can hear him, he's up. I'm about to go and breastfeed, and that's my life for the next few months. Breastfeeding, changing diapers, and life goes on. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Thank y'all for the support. I hope you're gonna subscribe, like, and comment what you guys want me to continue to bring on my channel. What kind of content do you guys want to see on my channel? Please leave the comments below so that I'll be able to engage more with you guys. Follow me on Instagram at Mercy TV. Yes. See you next time. Bye-bye.